Welcome back to Warrior Central. Sorry for not getting a video out yesterday. Y'all know how work go, but y'all ain't trying to hear none of that. We got exit interviews to get to. Got Dante out of the way day before yesterday. Now we're going to focus on Kuminga. And this was really telling based on a lot of, I guess, storylines that were going on throughout the season into the postseason. And something Warriors fans have been feeling some type of way about, honestly, since he got here with Jonathan Kuminga. But based on some of the comments and some of the reactions and some of the things we've heard coming from the vets, it's actually not that surprising, guys. If you like the videos, make sure you like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. You gotta hurry up and get to the video. Let's go. I completely forget the name of the reporter, but appreciate you because he went straight there. Didn't waste no time. Off the first question, you knew JK was pissed off about his minutes.
About just the role changes towards the end of the season. And how it kind of got harder when everybody came back. You were one of those guys that when Wiggs was out, you got a lot of minutes. What was that like for you to, when players come back and you guys are going into a postseason stretch, to have those minutes, your minutes change, and what did you learn from that experience?
The league, and I feel like the people that came back have established more, especially here, and it's nothing that we really could do to change that. So I just had to get used to it, and that's it.
And this is a little weird to me because he seemed to think that just because the core was coming back that his minutes wouldn't change. Now, maybe the coaching staff or maybe somebody else in the organization led him on to believe that he was going to have a bigger role. That's something Warriors fans have been clamoring for literally since we've seen this dude. He's easily one of the most athletic guards that we have on the team. Jonathan Kuminga was a player we were hoping to step into the Klay Thompson role. Now, not exactly, with his skill set and being able to shoot the three at such a high clip, but an elite defender, someone who brought a lot of tenacity. But I'm going to have to side with the Warrior fans and JK on this one, man, because it doesn't make sense why he has not gotten more playtime. Now, if he's someone who just comes in with a bad attitude, something like that, I understand. But go back, and I'm not saying JK was like lights out in the playoffs, but if you look in certain games and see what he contributed, he was highly efficient to the point where I'm like, Steve, play him some more. And certain times he would play him more and he wouldn't perform well. But again, how much of that is him not being a good player and how much of that is just inconsistency with getting minutes? He has got to be an integral part of the offense, just the team in general going forward starting next year. At this point, you got to see what he can give you. You got to see either he can play or he can't. Start him for the first 30 games. Not start him, maybe have him come off the bench. Hell, maybe even start him. I don't know. You got to at some point give these kids room to see what can y'all really be. At the same time, I don't need y'all putting them out there if they're going to scrub it up. We got to at least get some value back for these guys if they don't end up paying out. So, but there's no doubt that I think Warrior Nation definitely wants to have Jonathan Kuminga a part of the franchise and the team going forward. We just got to see the kid play, man. It's not injuries. It's not anything else. Give this kid his fair due. You got to give him a shot, man. Especially, let's just keep it a buck. And I love Klay. With the way Klay's been playing, we all said, or at least I was saying, you should have been following Warrior Central on Twitter. I've been saying for a minute, Klay should have been coming off the bench until he really got into form. We kept force feeding Klay and saying, okay, you're exactly what you were before the injury history. And that just wasn't the case. Everyone knew that. You have to adjust and you have to be able to realize who he is now and give him the best chance of success to get back to the level he was. When asked specifically what he wants to improve on to get ready for the next season, he said rebounding. And please, JK, if you do that alone, I promise you, the fact that either maybe, and he made a Loon joke, it seems like him and Loon are really close, so that's good to hear. So maybe that's someone to help him along the way and say, yo, I get it. I get the frustrations. I understand all that. And Looney said some interesting stuff too in his interview. We getting right into, that's the next one, I promise, because Loon said a lot of revealing things based on what Kerr said in the interview yesterday as well. All right, man, a lot of things making sense, and some of this we probably figured. You was just hoping it was just gonna stay the course. But rebounding, JK, if you can become an elite rebounder, I promise you're gonna see your minutes come up. I promise. Now at that point, it's on Steve. It's on Steve and the coaching staff. I'm not saying JK's like an elite rebounder because, to be honest, I don't really pay attention to those. I'm not really focused on his rebounding when he comes into the game. I'm looking for him to provide an elite level of athleticism, being able to just be a jack of all trades on offense. If you need me to drive to the cup, I can do that. If you need me to pull up for the mid range, I can do that. If you need Swiss Army knife, that's all he is. And that's not all he can be, but I'm saying that's generally what he has seem to be, but maybe he could be more. And if he is, I want him to get that opportunity. Rebounding may be the way for him to get more PT. But he also said he may go back and visit Africa. So hey, make sure you go visit Africa, take some time off, forget this season, please. I'm really trying to forget this season expeditiously. In his meeting with the team before the exit interviews, he expressly stated that that conversation was based on his role in the future of the team. And look, I know I was throwing out a lot of trade rumors, but I honestly don't think we're going to give up on JK. I just think we need to refine him and figure out what ways can he succeed. As much as I love 30. I love 30. But at this point, Steph, you're going to have to a certain degree. Even Bron had to do this to a certain degree. We enter in that time now. You 35. Now, you got a different game than Bron, but to a certain degree, you're going to have to start to adjust to let some of these other players get their shine. Now, I know what some people may be saying. It's like, what are you talking about? Steph's a Hall of Famer, 4-time. I know all the accolades. We've been there. I've been there. I experienced it. Y'all ain't got to remind me. Please, jeez. I'm on y'all side. Damn. But it's about what can help you win. And I would rather go into the postseason knowing, okay, maybe I don't need Steph to have to go for 50 in a game 7. Maybe Steph can just average 28 to 32 points, which he's normally done in the postseason, and we can count on JK for chipping in at least 22. JP can get us somewhere between 30, 35. Let JP eat. Now, again, after this last postseason, ain't nobody really saying that. A lot's going to be revealed because I haven't gotten to Poole's exit interview yet, and I've been holding off. Because I ain't going to say I'm afraid. It's just, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it when we get to it. But he also said he felt the defense was compromised based on the injuries, and we went through a stretch, man. But like I said, it felt like I was getting scared. I'm like, bro, it felt like 2019 all over again. I'm slick getting flashbacks. So what's going on? Steph was out. I think Dre was out for a time. Of course, Wiggins was out for a couple months. Like I said, I think Clay may have been gone for just a brief stint. It wasn't nothing major, maybe like 2 games. Nothing, just, minor injury. The types of things that Kuminga is talking about, rebounding, defense, these are things that the Warriors definitely needed. I could argue the past couple of playoff runs. Not to say that we've never been an elite defensive team, we have, but at JK's age, to be that aware of what he feels like is important to him and how that can impact the team or how that fits into the entire structure of the team, this is a smart player. We got to give him a shot, man. We have to. And also, I didn't know he was this close to Iggy. Did y'all know that? I had no idea because I think that was one of the last comments that they had mentioned was how close he was to Iguodala. And feels like it seems he looks at him almost like a brother, like an older brother. Now, Andre Iggy ain't going to be back. This was his last stint. But hey, we love you, Iggy, for everything. For everything you did, Iggy, we love you. Appreciate y'all's patience. Again, I'm going to try and get all these out as soon as possible. So make sure you guys like, share, subscribe, turn on the bell notification. You don't want to miss any of this. Catch y'all next time.